Hello and welcome back. So in the last mission we encountered the UED who'd come all the way from Earth, which we did see in the opening cutscene of the Brood War expansion. We managed to push through their blockade and return with the Mirage Crystal. Now we need to find the Khalis Crystal, which I would assume from the title of this mission we're going to find on Char. So we're on mission 6 of the Protoss campaign, Return to Char.
Executor, the Urash is secured, and the UED has given up the chase. We are currently holding perimeter orbit over the planet Char. Zeratul, have you locked onto the location of the Khalis?
Yes, I remember sensing his power the last time I was on this world. However, our sensors indicate a massive, fluctuating energy signature at its location. I am, however, unable to identify the signature's source.
That should be obvious, gentlemen. The source is the Overmind itself. When the Cerebrates merged together, they must have locked onto the Khalis energies and nested near it. It's probable that there'll be a number of broods protecting that area. It's risky, but if we can strike hard and fast, we might be able to fight our way through their defenses and escape with the crystal.
Comrades, I may have an alternative. Seeing as how the Overmind is still in its infant stages, I wonder if we might be able to disrupt its control over those broods. If we can do enough superficial damage to the creature, it might pacify the zerg nearest to it, allowing us some time to retrieve the Khalis.
A bold plan, young Artanis. Your courage rivals that of mighty Tassadar himself.
You give me too much credit, noble Zeratul. I am not worthy enough to even speak his name.
Touching. Look, boys, either of these plans will work, but let's not waste any time. I'll be able to exert limited control over a few of the zerg here and provide you with some backup. But the longer we stay, the more we risk losing both the crystals again.
Agreed. Executor, deploy your forces. May Adun be with you.
I have to be honest, I think Kerrigan was saying what we were both thinking there, especially considering Artanis, bro, you were just bossing Tassadar around about 2 days ago. Come on. Anyway, we've actually got two options here. I think I'm going to go for that one rather than attack the Overmind. I tend to go for this one because also this one actually throws up an interesting plot hole, because at this point, why not just send in a load of Dark Templar to take out the Overmind and jobs are good? But I guess for some reason they can't do that. It's just a plot contrivance, I think, to get you to give a second route through the mission. But we're going to go for this one. I don't know if there's a strict canon version of it, but... So, here we go. So we are going to get some Zerg to play with as well, which we've not had for a while. And we come across a new Zerg unit called the Lurker. These are kind of... I think the best way to describe them is like moving sunken colonies. Although they do some pretty hefty splash damage as well. Now, we haven't actually got any Vespene in the Protoss base, so we're actually going to have to rely on the Zerg for our Vespene. But the Protoss seem to be a lot heavier on the minerals, so let's get these Overlords around. I think we can afford the lair right now. And what else should we get? Have we got a robotics facility? A cybernetics core? And also, are there any other Protoss structures we can get? Not until we got the cyber core. But I think another pylon would certainly be useful. And let's just get our production going. Right, those 3 drones are going to go and mine gas. We might need a 4th. I'm not sure. What do we need from the Zerg side? We've got a spawning pool. Sadly, we don't have Zerg attack. We could do with a Hydralisk Den. Definitely. Assuming we've not got a Hydralisk Den. I'm going to stick that behind the mineral line. Yeah, we've not got a Hydralisk Den. Right. I'm going to replace that cannon, and I'm actually going to stick a couple more down as well, because we can afford to, definitely. We'll get the pneumatized carapace soon. I actually think our best way of dealing with those lurkers is air units. They cannot attack the air. They do line splash damage, so they fire out a line of spines. We will see them later, so my plan is not to get attacked by them. Let's definitely get some colonies down here. And let's get these observers out and about. So that's... I'm not sure... Oh, that was our zergling speed. Let's get the pneumatized carapace, so we've got much faster move. In fact, we could get these with Dark Templar. Yeah, definitely an oversight when they made this mission, giving you Dark Templar to attack the Overmind. What I'd have probably done is come up with some reason why you couldn't deploy Dark Templar, and therefore you can still attack the Overmind, but you can't kill it permanently. That would have kind of made it work. There we go, just in time. You know, hardly ruins the game or anything, it's just a plot hole, but... Unless you're one of those people who subscribes to the idea that a single plot hole ruins an entire story, which, you know, is obviously true. I mean, I saw a mistake in a story once, and I couldn't read it again. It was disgusting, you know. I think I even saw a typo in a book once, and I just couldn't read it anymore. It's just for there to be an error in something someone else has created was just it's too much for me. But anyway, right. I'm going to put a photon cannon down here as well, because I could see zerg drops coming along here. I want to get some observatories out. I don't think we can get many more mining here, but a spire would be huge.
You have not enough. You require more Vespine gas.
Oh, I've not got enough of anything, have I? Right.
We are under attack.
As predicted, as was foretold in the prophecy. So actually, they're going to drop further down here. We will probably want to think about taking that expansion, actually, and let's get some zerg to do that. More overlords, always. Sorry, I just noticed my mineral count was at 420. Take a shot every time I come up. I make an obscure, not obscure, a immature meme reference. Definitely want an observatory. The bottleneck for a lot of this stuff at the moment is gas. So I quite like the idea of getting burrow as well, so we've got that. So let's get some zerglings down here. Zerglings? Let's get some drones on the way down here at least. Now, let's take some overlords with us, because we're going to need detection. Because if I didn't know any better, I'd say they're going to have detectors. Right, let's queue up a load of probes. And actually, while we're at it, let's get another gateway, because we can start cranking out some dragoons at least. Now, the other thing I think we're going to have access to arbiters and carriers in this mission. At the very least, we're definitely going to have access to arbiters, because they would not give us an arbiter tribunal if we could not get arbiters. Right, can you build a hatchery here? No, you can't build it there. I knew that. I did. I knew there would be no hatchery going down there. I just accidentally clicked while it was still red. So, we're going to need to take a load of drones down here, because we are going to want to build some static defences, because this is going to be remarkably vulnerable as well. So we've got two targets. I think that's the infant Overmind, and here is the Khalis crystal. Dragoon. And observers as well. Of course, more Vespine gas needed. Let's get some more drones down here. We are going to need more drones down here. And we're going to want to start thinking about... They brought lurkers in to attack the... Interesting. So you probably saw the line splash damage thing they do there. More dragoons queued up. Let's queue these. Let's have them rally here. Right, I want another... I wonder, can we get some... Right. There we go, we've got our hatchery now. And we are going to build some creep colonies here. In the meantime, those can mine, although we're doing okay for minerals at the moment. Let's get some hydralisks.
Upgrade complete.
I really like the missions where you get, you know, multiple different forces. It's a lot to juggle, but that's actually part of what's fun about it. And while we're floating so many minerals, let's look at getting some overlords as well. Now, this is not going to be so much of a production base. In fact, it might be worth getting, as I say, a macro hatchery. You can certainly afford to do that. And let's also contemplate getting, I think, a Stargate or two. So I'm going to put a pylon up here. It's probably not a good place for it. What else can we get? We can't get Queen Tech, so we're limited in that regard. So it's going to be, the Protoss army is going to be more technological, but a couple of Queens actually I don't think would hurt. Let's start getting some of these upgrades too. A few more probes. Let's get a spore colony there and a sunken colony there, because we are going to need some anti-air. And meanwhile, we'll get some more. Huge amount of spore colonies there, so let's pull that back because that's doing us no favours there. Now, we can't rely entirely on these static defences. We've got a little bit of mineral mining down here as well. We are going to have to also look to having some expansions, I think. Or getting some expansions. So, get a Dragoon there. Let's see. Is a Stargate there sensible? I'm not sure it's even doable. Where can we put Stargates? I guess we could build... Well, we could at the very least build one there. Let's get another gateway while we're at it. Just want to make sure it's not going to be blocked in. Not that I did that a couple of missions ago. No. Now you go there and you move over here. In fact, we've got a few researches we can do as well. Protoss need a Templar archive. Now I think we can shove a Citadel of Adun up here. And can we get anything down here? We could fit some things down there. Right, here we go. Would have been handy to have those sunken colonies ready. These hydralisks need upgrades. You guys rally down here. Okay. Yeah, we'll be able to deal with this. Let's start rallying these to the top of this ramp here. In fact, that hydralisk is not doing any favours up there. More researches, more unit production, slacking on a few things there. Hydralisk coming up there, we can deal with those. Yeah, there's a base there, so I think that's going to give us an expansion opportunity. More Dragoons. We can get carriers. I don't think we can support lots of carrier production. We can squeeze a fleet beacon down there. Hello. What have you got planned? Yeah, I thought so.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
So, melee. We need a Templar archives to get the other upgrades. Oh, no, I thought we could build on our own creep for a moment. Well, I suppose it would be our own creep. I thought we could build on Kerrigan's creep there for a moment. leg movement, I don't think it's worth spending the gas at this point. Let's move these out of the way because that Dragoon's getting stuck pathing wise. I think we can support building one carrier at a time. I don't know that we can go for two, especially considering we've got multiple bases. Maybe once we expand and get some more. Right, yeah, minerals down here. Now what have we got? Zerglings. I think we might have enough Dragoons to push this, to be honest. How are we doing for Overlords? We're doing okay for Overlords, but I might crank some more out just so we've got them. We're not using as much supply with the Zerg, unsurprisingly. Yeah, I know. They're coming. They're on their way. I've not forgotten. Definitely want air weapons if we're going to be getting carriers in the course of this mission. So classic, the sort of classic control group full of carriers at least should get us a long way. Not got the gas for that. What other upgrades have we got available? Hydralisk Den. Oh, we should have got both of those. Can't afford an air attack yet, but we'll move these up this ramp here, and we'll start pushing in to this expansion here. And we've got plenty of minerals in the bank, so we can very quickly build some pylons and a nexus. And they said infirmary, assimilator. Infirmary makes no sense. That'd be interesting, a Terran building maybe called the infirmary that heals your units. Not that that's necessary with medics being a thing, but... Oh! Well, never rains but it pours. Right, let's stick a load of Dragoons down here for defence, because we've got plenty of defences up at the top. We'll replace that photon cannon, because we can definitely afford to. In fact, we might put another. So another little thing is, if I click on this building, you'll notice there's no, understandably, there's no Overmind. Yeah, spoiler alert, the Overmind died. I want to get some queens actually, just to a little bit of scouting information. Let's throw down another creep colony as well. Now those drones are gonna... No, those goes there, yeah. Not actually got many mutalisks. So, can we push into here? We should have enough Dragoons to do this. What? That sounded like... No, it wasn't. I thought my units were shooting. So you cycle round. There we go. You pull out of way. There we go. I think we've got this one cleared up. Carry... No, we can't afford a carrier yet. We could have if we'd have not built the Dragoons, but you know what? I think just having the Dragoons to take this base is higher priority, slightly. Now, I don't want to push into that sunken right away. I want to focus the sunken down, I think. Now that there's... Yeah, definitely focus the sunken down. Yeah, some of these Dragoons are going to eat it, but... Lurkers, right. Hold on. Gonna need detection to take on the lurkers. Yeah, you can see what they do. That Dragoon is doing some stellar work against those lurkers. Lurkers are a big priority just because of the sheer amount of damage they can put out. You can see what the lurkers are capable of. Let's get a few carriers queued up. I could actually have 2 carriers being produced at once there, but...
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
In fact, let's cancel that carrier, because that's a waste. That's resources sitting there, just not being used sort of fully. I hope forces can get around. There's probably going to be some pathing issues in the base now, but That's fine. Gonna have to ask those Hydralisks to stop what they're doing. And you, none of that. Right. Ground weapons. Carrier. Upgrades. Yeah, not planning to make this easy for me, are we? Right. You build an assimilator, and which one have I got selected there? And you can, when you can, build a nexus, which I think, well, I can't build anything there at the moment because of creep. Right, these two drones are going to come down and mine here. Can we get some more Mutalisks? Can we get another carrier on the go as well? Could we support a third Stargate? Maybe not this moment, but soon, I'm sure. Now, actually, I want to rally these back into the base because I want them to not be easily accessible, so to speak. Build a nexus. Where's the best spot for it? I think it's going to be...
Upgrade complete.
Can we get it there? We can once the creep's receded. So it's worth waiting a second just to do that. There we go. I think that's our optimal location. You guys are going to come here. You are going to be control group 4. I'm going to put my air units in control groups. Let's get these Hydralisks down here because really we want them defending this expansion here. So let's get these all up here. Why is that not? There we go. We need them to... I would like them to return the minerals before they start mining gas, just because it's a bit of a waste otherwise. You start building some interceptors. We are really floating a lot of minerals now, so actually I'm going to build a load of zerglings and just send them over here for defences over here. Interceptors, another... could we... I kind of want... I feel like I should be getting arbiters as well. Could we support another Stargate? You know, I think it's worth having because at least we can utilise it. At least it can be utilised, if that makes sense. And we'll get the Arbiter Tribunal as well, because a few Arbiters I don't think would hurt, actually. So you return those, and then get mining there. We'll build some probes here. But this is going to mine out... not anytime soon, actually. So we've given us a lot of resources, I guess bearing in mind that we have 2 bases to support, really.
Upgrade complete.
To be honest, we're fine as it goes on minerals. Pull those out of range. The disadvantage of the lurkers is obviously they take a lot of time and effort to burrow. Let's get some upgrades while we can. So we've only got level 1 upgrades available on the Zerg, that stands to reason, but we're going to have the full suite of upgrades for the Protoss. So the Zerg are not going to be sort of the majority of our forces. Can we get some Mutalisks while we're waiting? Or actually... yeah, could we get another carrier in production? Right, UQ there, UQ there, UQ there. Can we get another carrier? Shortly. There we go. And then we can start sweeping through here. Like I say, I'm going to go for the crystal. I don't know if the Overmind's harder or easier to go for, but... come on, you come down here, you can be a little scout. It's quite a empty... yeah, we can't get Ultralisks, which is a shame. That'd be nice. Let's get some more Mutalisks. Ah, we've got another carrier. Although actually, yeah, we'll soon be able to afford it. I think the 3rd Stargate was the was a correct decision. Right, we should be able to defend quite easily up here, and actually, if that's burrowed there, that should give us some insight on when any kind of attacks are coming in. Ah, they're going for Overlord drops again. So actually, in that case, let's put one there. I suppose throwing observers out on the map would be sensible, but the observers would get seen, as would the zerglings, but the zerglings are a little more expendable if they get attacked on the way. Zergling costs 25 minerals, a observer costs 25 minerals and 1 gas, 75 gas, sorry, as well as 1 full supply rather than half a supply. Carrier, can we afford another carrier? Yes, we can.
Instructions.
You're going to be control group 1. You guys are going to be control group 3. Yeah, those are taken out before they can drop now. I think we have a full control group of Mutalisks, which is nice, because that'll be good for harassment. Pylons, of course. If you build a pylon there, that's not going to cause any issues, is it, pathing-wise? No, because we don't need to go around the back of the... And in fact, why not build one there as well? So we got a lot more supply we could do with building as the Protoss, so let's build some pylons here. You should be able to get out there. Yeah. And some pylons down here so we can put some static defences down. And let's get a lot of minerals need spending. We should just keep production up while everything else is going on. Can we get... No, not another air upgrade yet, but... No, not another ground weapon upgrade. We can get missile attacks. Oh, we can get air... So I think some things can get to level 2. Oh, do you know what? I couldn't see our upgrade options because I think it might have already been upgrading. The error there. So we've got... That's control group 1. We can support quite a few more carriers now. And you get some cannons down here just as a defense.
Upgrade complete.
Yeah, we're spending those minerals now. We'll get them back very shortly though. You know where you see the totals climbing very quickly.
I long for combat.
We'll stick these down here.
You've not enough
minerals, that's not surprising. What we can do is use some of these hydralisks to attack this high ground up here. There we go. You stop running around there. What you can do actually, can you burrow over here? No. That's fine. Right. Could do with getting some expansion for our zerg forces. An expansion for our zerg forces.
You've not enough minerals.
We are going to have to watch out for things like Scourge. We don't want to parasite the Scourge, that would be pointless. They are blind, so it would not give us much vision. But parasiting that would be useful. As would parasiting an Overlord. If we can see it. Although I think it might actually get killed. Nope. Let's get some more hydralisks out here. Got a lot of zerg forces down here. Let's use these to support here. I thought that was my hydralisk, I'm so... Oh well, no harm in using the carriers there. Oh, although there is if they get themselves... Yeah, there we go. Oh, don't attack the Zealot. Oh well. Some of my Zerg forces having flashbacks to Io there. Can you get that? Yeah. So you guys just hold position there. Let's get some more Dragoons. I think, yeah, we've got a control group full of carriers now, but we've not quite got enough minerals to support them yet. Do you know what I reckon? I reckon these Zerglings can probably go and mine from over here, and they should actually return the minerals to my Protoss Nexus. Because that's what teamwork is. What's... Ah, that's me. That's going to be a... That's going to take some time. So statistically, it was quite unusual for like 3 shots to be missed in a row there. What else? I think some more overlords. That wasn't an overlord. That was a queen. O and Q aren't even near each other on the keyboard, so right. So we've got quite a bit to fight through here, but with enough ground support to prevent scourges coming in. Those mutilisks are a little bit low. If we have enough ground support, the thing that worries me is scourges coming in and doing a mischief to our carriers. So but we should be able to just sort of sweep through with our carriers if we're careful and judicious with our use of them. But we still need to build up some interceptors in them as well. That's not hugely surprising, but that Guardian is a concern. A minor concern, but a concern. You guys come over here. Oh, you can go in control group too. Maybe we'll get some more carriers. Just have another control group. Yeah, let's take that carrier out. Guardian out, sorry. No. Not going to allow that. So we'll have the mutilisks over here. I think we can spare a couple of dragoons. Right. How's our carrier? How are our carriers doing? Can we get any more? The other question: is it worth getting an arbiter? You know what? I think it is. How many minerals? 4 supply, and that'll allow us to get another carrier after this one. So we'll have 4 carriers and an arbiter in one group as well. Right, let's start. Let's start the advance. So, start. Bad Hydralisk. Here come the Scourge. I'm not sure which have longer range actually. Right, hold position. I'm not sure which have longer range, Dragoons or Hydralisks. There we go. That's okay. The Zerglings need to just hold off for a second. We got some more carriers over here. We can get another carrier. Although the Arbiter's not going to do a lot of good in terms of cloaking, so let's get some research going on with the Arbiter. Right, yeah, we're sort of low on minerals now. I'm fine with the Scourge hitting the interceptors. I'm not too worried about that. The Zerglings are not doing themselves any favours. Actually, tempting just to send the Zerglings in just to run an attack. It's a shame we can't get that damage upgrade. Queen is not going to do me any favours there, because they're hitting those buildings pretty hard. Stop. Focus that, and then focus that. Pull them back because the Scourge are coming. You can be control group 2. Although actually, I want to be careful with that Arbiter, because that Arbiter is going to get itself killed very easily. Definitely want air weapons 3. The Scourge are very, very clearly there to deter you being complacent with your carriers. which is good. They should. The carriers were a little too easy to use in the original campaign. You can go and control group 2 as well. Yeah, I don't think actually having that in control group 2 is productive. So, where is the Arbiter?
We feel your presence.
I think having the Arbiter just for the stasis and recall abilities would be very helpful. I suppose actually there's a strong case for using a lot of what are they called? Corsairs. Can we kill? Okay, one of those connected. Still need more interceptors. Now, huge concentrations of Scourge, again, are a worry. They're a soluble problem, but they're a problem nonetheless. Kill that Queen. I'm afraid I did stop you now. More overlords, more overlords. Now, the trick here is going to be not getting too close to the spawn colonies to right. Just about survive those Scourge. So I imagine what you try and do in the in multiplayer is tie up the carriers with something and then send the Scourge in under the cover of what you're tying the carriers up with. Oh, that's going to be costly. Right, actually, let's get some overlords and let's make these dragoons feel a little bit uncomfortable. Fortunately, the Scourge seem to be kind of attacking the carriers. Oh, connected. Fortunately, it was only shield damage, but let's get an observer down so we've got a bit more vision. Because clearly that's one area where the carriers struggle, which is vision. Let's get a solid ground army of Hydralisks as well. Now, any carriers we lose are actually going to be fairly quick to replace, so I don't want to be... I probably can afford to be a little bit more cavalier, but the advantage of taking Hydralisks as well actually is more of them will fit in a an Overlord, so... Just really spam there. You get out there. Let's bring the Arbiter. In fact, is it? Is recall a good use of our resources? Yeah, we'll save the recall energy for another time. So you two get in there, and then we're gonna... Interesting. Well, much prefer me using a Dark Swarm to a Plague on me, because I can just move out of the Dark Swarm. Oh, it's still actually getting the benefit from that. I'm not going to replace those with Dragoons. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make use of Hydralisks for ground defences, and any supply we get freed up for the Protoss is going to go on more carriers. And it's just a case of pushing through now. But we do need to bring some of these forces over as well. So let's get... we've got a load of overlords here who are not really doing anything.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
If you could help with that sunken... yeah, okay. Time for another carrier though.
Have engaged the enemy.
Hydralisks, Hydralisks. Let's get a load of overlords over here.
Instructions.
Let's cluster these carriers a bit closer together. And let's bring the Arbiter over. Now you guys just hold position there. You go and patrol over there. You go and pick these up. You go and unload these here. And let's get some more Hydralisks and Dragoons up there.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Instructions.
And some more overlords. Now, we're good, yeah, we're definitely running out of minerals there. But you know what? We're nearly there. So we just need to get a probe to that. And to be honest, I think the best way is get a probe in the Overlord. Does it have to be a probe? Technically drones can pick up the crystals as well, but I think, yeah, I think it has to be a probe.
Affirmative. The warriors have engaged the enemy.
I think we might have enough Hydralisks. I'm not sure, but... Now, where was that? I sent a probe to get in a Overlord. You can go in Control Group 2. You are going to go here, and then you're going to go here. And on your way, you're going to build a load of interceptors. And speaking of interceptors, where's... Right, that carrier is going to... Where's that carrier gone? Right, okay. You need to go a long way, because otherwise you're going to get yourself shot down. And these are going to come and unload over here.
We feel your presence.
In fact, a big fleet coming in there. Get the Mutilist to focus the Guardians. Gonna lose a Mutilist there, that's fine. We can actually replace that. In fact, we'll just get a load of spare Mutilisks. Problem solved. Right, you. So you're gonna rally down there, and then you're gonna rally your way down here. These are gonna come up here. Let's take out these columns while we can. And you can be part of Control Group 4. Just about took out that. Let's push down here. Now where's that Overlord with the probing? I suppose we could have Arbiter recalled it in.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Here we go. We've got it.
Executor, the Khalis is ours. Let us depart this wretched world and return to Shakuras. Provided there is still a Shakuras to return to.
And there we go. With that, we've achieved the victory. So we now have the Khalis in our possession as well. So, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!